the first episode of me producing Lyrics on a Cover goes up this Friday.
Oh, really?
I don't know if it would be on the free feed, though.
Oh, my God.
So, just in case you wanted to check it out.
Alrighty. Okay. So, Geek or Die, musical intro would go here.
Nice. Did you like that song, by the way?
It was actually. What was that from?
It's a uncommon common. What do you call that? Common license, common thing.
Creative Commons.
Creative Commons, yeah, from freemusicarchive.org.
Oh, really? It's like it was very had some very retro feels to it.
Yeah, I like that. Well, wait, which song are you talking about? The one at the very beginning, or
no, the one at the very end? The one at the very end.
Okay.
What was that? What was the one I was thinking? Where was that one from?
The one at the very beginning.
No, the one at the very end.
The one at the very end. That's the one from freemusicarchive.org.
Oh, okay. We're on the okay.
Yeah, the one at the end was Cab Calloway.
Oh, okay. I meant like the end of the talking was.
Yeah. That's the Free Music Archive one.
That's the free. Okay, we are on the same page.
Yes. That little like sound clip at the beginning was a Cab Calloway song.
Okay. Well, you know what? Here, just because we can.
Don't confuse Will.
Just because we can. It sounds something. Hold on. Auxiliary. Let me throw this up here so you guys will be able to hear it too. Don't know how well this will come out. Because I haven't had full play with that soundboard yet, but the intro would sound something like this.
There you go.
I'm Will Derringer.
What's the difference between you and me?
I'm not wearing hockey pads.
My name is Adam Eastwood.
No words were laid on stream or stone when Durin woke and walked alone.
I'm Vincent Minucci.
And you're listening to...
And you are listening to...
And you are listening to...
Geek.
Geek or Die.
Geek or Die.
Or Die.
The following is a collection of geeks. 3 hosts and a chair left open for a random guest. And each geek is responsible to bring to the table one cool thing. Then a positively preposterous pontification on each point ensues. Properly portioned pints of various imbibements often are an accompaniment. Please enjoy.
Here we go. That's the work in progress. It's not finished yet.
Not finished yet. Work in progress.
But it's better than it's more than we had last week.
Yes. So let's get straight to it then. I had the best week of everybody. I got to go to PAX East. Even Homebrewed, who is our guest today, got to go. But it was amazing. So it can be no surprise that my cool thing stems from PAX East. Now, my one cool thing is basically what I'm going to dub the booth of PAX East. Like the best exhibit, the best everything. And you know, most people, when I tell them this, will say, oh, yeah, obviously that's the one you choose. But there are a lot of good reasons for it. So I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what it wasn't. It wasn't Blizzard. Overwatch was amazing. Waiting in line was the best part of the show.
That's not something you hear every day.
Yeah, no, I was just kidding. So Overwatch was great. You know, you got to wait in line. You got to play Overwatch. That was awesome. There's some really cool games out there. Dreadnought looked awesome. The World Wargaming area. I know Homebrewed hung out there for a little bit. That was pretty cool. Wargaming.net. Yeah, World of Warships, all that was pretty awesome. But the company that stole the show was right out of the state of Massachusetts, Turbine, with their Infinite Crisis DC exhibit. Now, yeah.
Wait, you don't really like DC though. That's not really your bag.
Yeah, not my bag at all. I don't talk
Not
about
your
them almost
bag.
every
No.
week.
No.
So let's go as to what made it the best booth. First off, you entered into Coast City, and there was a carnival going on. So, guess what you got to do? You got to do little carnival games to collect stamps. Now, that was a lot of fun because everything else is doing, this video game, demos and all that. And they had the demo. You had to play Infinite Crisis to get, the big prizes and stuff for collecting stamps. But you got to shoot a bow and arrow at some targets. You got to do like a speed cup and breakdown, which was pretty fun. You got to what was else? You got to build your construct for Green Lantern and try to get it through. Throw a paper airplane through a hole, and then you got to throw these like chakras, I guess you'd call them, onto pegs for Mecha Wonder Woman. Now,
Which Adam is pro at, by the way.
I am the worst, but luckily you didn't have to be perfect at everything to get the most awesome prizes there. So while I collected 24 stamps of my own, and my wife collected 24 of hers. We were able to hand those stamps in for prizes, just like if you were at a carnival. And we got 2 figures. We got Pajama Harlequin, which was the one my wife really liked. And then the one that I really wanted. And if you, I don't know, do we put up like a video of the show? I don't know. But anyways, we'll grab some pictures.
You can send me the images so it'll go on the when we eventually release. We're not releasing the shows until we've got all the audios and our we'll backlog. But if you send me the picture of both of those, we can shove them up as the cover image.
So the other one is Atomic Green Lantern.
That's flipping awesome, dude.
So these got me so excited. I saw them and I was like, I have to get those. So we waited in the Infinite Crisis line for something like an hour and a half. My wife said it felt like 3 hours.
Can you hold that? Can you hold up again? I just want to look at that. That didn't. I just want to check something.
Yep.
That doesn't look like Ryan Reynolds.
No, it didn't look like Ryan Reynolds. So
what are you implying?
It took a while. So we get done, and then all of a sudden they're like, "Oh, we're out of them."
Oh.
So this was Friday. I'm like, "Are you guys gonna have them tomorrow?" And they go, "If you get here early enough, you should be able to get them." They want to guarantee that they were going to have them. So I got Homebrew. I met Homebrew up in the morning, and we got there, and I made sure to go get it. And then I made him start playing carnival games. So what happened when I made you play carnival games, Homebrew?
Well, I played carnival games. I apparently forgot how to cup stack, so Adam kindly gave me his tickets for that one. But I got through it pretty quickly, actually. I probably finished up within maybe an hour and 30 minutes. Lost Adam because of miscommunication. But I got to play the game. I played a different version than what Adam played. They were doing the full game, which you could actually play the game, which was surprising compared to some of the other booths. Mm-hmm. So I played a 1v1 arena. I beat the pants off the person I played. So I got all my tickets, and the person right in front of me got the very last statue. So I, like Adam, had to come the next day and charge down there. And I found out they were only giving away 80 a day when I talked to the guy.
Whoa.
By the time I got there in the morning, the line was starting to wrap around the booth. But I got one as well. I got the win.
Solid.
So that was probably one of my big swag grabs at PAX East. I did get a couple other things. As far as probably my one thing to talk about, I would actually pick the Wargaming booth. Not biased at all, since one of my friends was working there, and that my dad plays the game. But They did a couple cool things. They had 3 lines, so they had Xbox version. I believe their expansion to the PC version of the tanks, and then World of Warships. So I got to play each one at least once. I got 3 T-shirts from my dad. So they gave you a free T-shirt, which were actually fairly nicely made, and they gave you a raffle ticket as well. So each day at 4 o'clock, they had a huge raffle. I mean, they were giving away multiple keyboards, multiple headsets,
Nice.
multiple mouses, processors, graphics cards. On the first day, at least, I know they gave away a portable 13-inch, I think, portable screen that you could fit your Xbox 360 right in there, I believe, or Xbox One, don't know what one, and play on the go. And then they also gave away a complete custom rig.
Mm.
So it was custom painted army style, huge, great carrying case on it, and they gave all that away. 4 o'clock, and they gave away aviator glasses, hats, and that was every day. So,
What?
one of
So was that the? You said that was War Machine.
War Gaming.
War
So
Gaming.
it's World of Warships, World of Tanks,
Okay.
World of Airplanes,
Nice. Okay.
and then
So-
the one other cool thing they did is I don't know how many people utilize this. I've only heard of one so far, but they had if you had a military ID with you, you could skip right to the front of that line.
Oh wow, that's really neat. Nice
So-
touch.
The funny thing, and Homebrew does say, is he got trolled the hardest of anybody I've ever heard of
Nice.
ever by.
I wasn't gonna mention that.
Yes, you gotta mention it. Let them know how you got trolled by the same booth that you claim is the best.
All right, so the first day, I went to the raffle once for time reasons. It did lock up a good deal of time. So I had my ticket. They were going through the raffle numbers, and the guy read off my raffle number. And I was just about to yell out and everything and get a quad-core processor. And then he goes, oh, sorry, I mean, and he changed the number.
Oh no,
Did you table
that's
flip?
not right.
What's up?
Did you flip the table?
If there was a table there, I would have. I tried to flip the full card, but they were bolted in. So,
Yeah. You know, it's funny with mine was that I realized what makes the best booth at a convention doesn't necessarily mean you have like the newest game or the highest technology. It's like what makes it so people while they're waiting have other things to do.
Yeah.
I think that's what DC, or I should say Turbine with an Infinite Crisis did best is you were waiting in line for little things and then you got to wait in line at the end for the big thing, but it felt like you were having fun the whole time. Like
That's good.
me and my wife felt like we were at like a carnival, you know.
It's like doing it right. That's doing it right.
Yeah, and you know every other booth, it's like, hey, this is our one thing. It's like, you know, we get to DC and it's like, hey, this is the one thing we have. But guess what else you can do while you're here? And I probably could have spent most of the days doing that just to get more action figures because I had that much fun doing it.
Right. Yeah, that's the way. I think that, to be honest, that is the way to do it. Like with smaller conventions, you're never going to run into that problem. But when you've got the likes of PAX East or San Diego Comic Con, Gen Con, you're going to spend most of your time in a line. So you've got to be thinking how to make that experience better. That's really neat.
lines. What are those?
Yeah. Oh man, you wait in a line to go inside to wait in a line to then go into the exhibition hall to wait in a line.
Or queues, as we call them, on the other side of the
Queues.
pond.
Yeah, well, they call them. They call it the queue line
Oh.
at PAX East
Oh.
before the exhibition halls open. So it was great. Other
So,
than that, I played a lot.
now tell me, I want to know, what was the Elite Dangerous booth like? Because we talked about Elite Dangerous a couple of episodes ago, and they had a presence there. I know their presence there was mainly of volunteers of just the community who don't really have too much of a, obviously, but I think a couple of the guys there were official. We lost
Yeah.
Vince for a minute, but he should be back.
I mean, they definitely had a decent sized booth. I mean, pretty much was a line of people waiting to play it. So I didn't like really push forward to really play it there. They did have like a thruster joystick combo at right there, which was cool. But you know, they had maybe maybe upwards of 24, maybe at the most, computers set up for people to go ahead and give it a demo, give it a try. They pretty much had like I want to say 8 or 9 people working the booth at all times. Probably with a game like that, you kind of need that many people.
Yeah.
Because it's so open, you need to have people that can kind of direct people a little more.
Right.
And you know, they're playing up the 300 billion star systems and all that.
400 billion. That's not solemn short. Yeah.
400 billion, and so they're really playing that up. The people were nice enough. Like, I went and talked to them to get some lanyards, and they were like, "Oh yeah, just go over there and talk to them." They were great people. The little bit I did talk to them, so it was pretty cool. They had a giant like thing up in the rafters that said "Elite Dangerous" for people to notice it. I've noticed that my gaming and everything has shifted more to sci-fi as of late, like spaceships and stuff. And I don't know why. It's like all of a sudden I'm like I want like board games. Like I bought Hull Breach, which is a straight up build your space station, get ships, and go attack your enemies like card game, which is pretty awesome. So it's funny that it's your fault partly because you got me playing Elite Dangerous, and that's got my sci-fi itch like ready and going.
Well, you get
But
to,
yeah,
you get to
it's
live
great.
the dream of Firefly, don't you? Really?
Yeah. Exactly. You're right. Best TV show all time.
Without
What was that?
question.
What was your
All
guys?
time.
What was your like worst? Just out of interest, like, between you two, what was like the worst PAX experience? Like, what failed there?
I would say the biggest problem PAX has right now is their board game area doesn't have enough free play seats. So like if you like for example, we were supposed to get a demo of a game and they had their booth and they were like, "Okay, we're going to take you to go sit in the free play. We're going to demo a game." And there was nowhere for us to sit.
Dang.
Because so many people are just sitting there and playing board games now that they need to really give more space to that, I think, or at least find a way to put more tables because people that's
Interesting.
a lot of people are doing that. There's just so many tables set up, and I feel like the LAN portion of it wasn't as full as say the board game area. So maybe they need to take a little bit away from that now. Board games is just becoming such a huge part of it. So I think that's my biggest gripe is trying to find somewhere to sit and play a board game when you want to relax, or even like somewhere to sit to eat.
Yeah,
And
I can see why. I mean, it would make sense to expand that just because there is definitely a drive for that. Like, crikey, our local radio station here, the DJ who you'd never pin as a board gamer, I swear, for the last month has been going on about Settlers of Catan. I'm like, I've known my ears have known this DJ for the last like 10 years, right? So you kind of know what he's into, what he's not. And I was as shocked as anything when he started talking about Settlers of Catan. Everybody's getting into board games now, and it's there seems to be being a big sort of shift towards that, and the likes of Will Wheaton probably helping that along. But
of course, the tabletop effect.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a scientifically proven thing, the tabletop effect.
You guys all doing International Tabletop this day?
Yes.
This year? International Tabletop Day this year? Are you
April
guys
11th.
Yeah. Sweet.
We should try to do something on D20 for that.
Yeah, I would like to even like stream some stuff. Yeah.
Something. Yeah.
Yeah, we can figure something out. Food trucks need to pick up their game in Boston because the food trucks are nowhere as good as the ones that were in Anaheim.
See, that's not acceptable. If you're a food truck, you need to be rocking it. Like,
First of all, First of
That
all,
just goes without
let's
saying.
make the comment that this is the first year that they've even allowed food trucks. So let's at least give them credit for that.
Yeah, but
and
they've
that
always
is-
had food trucks in Boston. They just they just didn't let them at PAX.
right, and let's calm you crap there a little bit.
No,
There were
I will
six,
not calm my crap.
There was
Calm your
6
roll,
food
sir.
trucks.
Calm your roll.
There were
Slow
6
your roll.
food
Slow your
trucks.
roll. Sorry, that's what it is.
That is a very small sample of what was
But
what's
were
in Boston.
of those 6, were any of them good?
I thoroughly
mean-
enjoyed the one I went to.
Okay,
They
what
weren't
was it?
bad, but they just weren't the level of what we saw at BlizzCon.
Okay,
They just weren't
Alright,
up to that
fair
level.
enough.
Well, BlizzCon also had like 20 of them.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put a picture here in the stream. We were all talking about like food trucks and stuff. In just about 2 days ago, this was one of the popular food trucks in Minneapolis, and it exploded.
It exploded.
Yeah, that's all it's like. It literally, you can't tell it's a food truck. That's all that's left of it,
Mhm.
which is ridiculous. It used to look something like that. You can see in the
It
stream.
used to look like it had fire, and now it looks like it blew up with fire.
Yeah, it was the Heavy Metal Grill was the name of it, and it died.
Oh, man.
Why does that sound seem appropriate for some reason?
I don't know. It went out very metal.
It's so metal.
But the worst thing was that like the guy obviously it blew up at the guy's house, like where he lived, and it like wrecked homes around it, and the explosion could be felt 6 miles away. Like,
Wow.
yeah, it's insane. I mean, luckily nobody was hurt.
Mhm.
Scary as. Good old Motley Crue gonna have to figure that one out, aren't they?
So
But yeah.
going back to the food trucks, though,
Yes.
yeah, I actually ate pretty much at the same one every day. It was called the dining car. So I ate, I think it was $9, but it was served piping hot every day. Came in a nice container, and you could actually take the food truck food into the convention center, which I don't know if you could do at BlizzCon.
Technically not. Technically not.
No. Yeah.
You had to have somewhere to stuff it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which isn't too hard. I don't even think they did bad checks there, did they?
Yes,
yeah.
they did.
You
Yes,
could
and-
you could slip by it though. They were
Oh, so anyways, it was fried cauliflower with
Ooh.
smoked chicken and smoked chicken gravy on top and cheese.
okay. Smoked chicken gravy. Is that a clear gravy, like a light tan gravy? Is it like a dark gravy?
It was a brownish gravy,
But like brown, we're talking like dark brown or light brown.
light brown.
Yeah, see, those ones I can't eat. That's such an American thing, and I
So-
can't do that.
If you went up to a truck, and on the truck it said "King of Ribs," what would you expect to buy from them?
Ribs.
They didn't have ribs. They only had pulled pork,
What?
which was good. But they said "King of Ribs," and I'm like, man, I want some ribs if you're the king. And they had pulled pork. Pulled pork was good, but I don't know. I would expect something like that to have ribs.
Well,
That's
yeah.
like calling a restaurant
actually
Hot Dog
usually-
World and having nothing but hamburgers.
I'm sure they normally have ribs.
Yeah.
I'm sure, but it was just weird. And I felt the servings were a little small. But like I said, it was good. But step up your game. I want Anaheim level.
That was good food, man. That was good food, Anaheim.
Yes.
I'm not.
The
even-
Yeah,
Loki
the fact-
dog.
And the fact that they were there like first thing in the morning at like 8 o'clock or 6 o'clock. I don't even know.
It's a no-brainer though. If you're gonna make your money, right, you gotta park up near some hungry nerds. I mean, and people who've been like drinking through the night too are gonna wanna eat before they they can order the rest of the day.
So the major disappointment I'm gonna say is the free hot pocket truck out front.
Oh, was that free? I didn't even know they were
Yes.
free. I would have gotten some free hot pockets.
No, I would not have. I looked at it, I took a picture, and I said nope.
I've never had a hot pocket before to know what makes them good or bad. Yeah.
You are a
all right.
smart.
If we could have Adam's face for the cover of the episode, that was just great. forget
Never
Ryan
had a
Reynolds.
hot pocket. Huh.
Yeah.
He is a very wise and honorable person for that.
What is it? It's like a strudel or something, isn't it?
Hot Pocket.
Hot pocket is more like a bridie or a pasty than it is like a strudel.
Is it
It's
really?
basically you
Yeah.
take good food and you wrap it in a shell of bread and you freeze it, and then because that's how it comes to you, and then you cook it again and you eat it, and it's good.
Whoa. Good food?
It's basically a crappy bridie, is what it comes out to be.
I like Hot Pockets. Do
Like
not
a crappy mass marketed
speak
bridie.
ill of the nerd culture that is Hot Pocket food.
See, Blizzard could have made the biggest splash and the most awesome little cool thing if they had their own food truck there. If they had an Overwatch food truck with the way Overwatch is set up, being of, mostly nationalities, like, a British pasty and stuff, and like a ramen for Hanzo or something like that. That would have been the
Yeah.
coolest thing.
Hanzo
ever.
gets the 10-cent ramen noodles.
Just think about that. A ramen truck? Dude, that'd be insane.
That would be insane. And you can overprice that and people will still going to pay money for it. And bear in mind, 50 cents is overpricing ramen, right?
Right.
Well, yeah.
But that's the glory of it. Like you could charge like a few bucks and people will be like, yeah, I'm on that. Heck yeah. That's a no-brainer for a ramen truck.
That'd be awesome.
Core in the chat room said two things. One, Hot Pocket is like a bite-sized calzone. And two, Blizzard selling mage water for $8 a bottle. I'd buy it.
Mage water? Yeah.
As long as it's only water that's stolen from the Alliance, then I'm okay with it.
It would be better than the water that I had in my hotel.
Oh my gosh, the water in Anaheim is disgusting.
Wait a minute. You guys don't actually drink hotel water, do you?
Well, I'm not paying $5 for a bottle of water.
That's why you get a bottle
I'm not
of water.
going to
that's not
Anaheim not to drink their public water. What are you, crazy?
No. But you don't have to. Don't use the water from the hotel. Like you get water from a gas station or from Target, like 2 blocks down.
So what's wrong with drinking the water?
2 blocks. No. 2 blocks in Anaheim is 7.3 miles.
Yeah, it was about
I don't
that.
know
But I had
what
a
is
car, so it's
wrong
fine.
with California, but their blocks are like something out of a horror movie.
All right,
I'm still
Like, that's
confused
not a
on why
block.
you can't drink hotel water.
next time you
The
guys.
Anaheim
Next
water
time
is
I'll drive you to
disgusting.
Target. All right.
It tastes
I
like
would
the water
appreciate
from
that.
home. I like it.
But you got to remember,
Tastes
I only
like
have
water
the
from
car.
home. Where do you live?
He lives in
Purgatory?
Yeah, you got it.
Pawtucket.
Industrial wasteland called Rhode Island.
Oh my gosh, man.
They don't call us the bucket for no reason. No, I'm
I
just-
live in the land of 10,000 lakes. There's lots of clear water. I mean, I still don't drink water from a faucet. There's no way. There's like dead spiders and stuff that sleep in pipes. That's like.
There are animals that poop in the streams of Poland Springs.
Right. So I don't drink those either.
So you just don't drink water.
No, I do.
Exactly. You
I
just
drink
It's in the
mage
form
water.
of beer.
You made water
Conjured water from a mage.
from a
Conjured water from a mage.
This is. Look, can I show you the type of water I drink? It's like a nice alcoholic content, and it can go as light as a beer and as heavy as a whiskey.
There you go.
Yeah, you got to make sure it has alcohol in it to kill anything that's in it.
Exactly. That's all you need to do. But speaking of public water, I struggle to use a public restroom too. Like it's a dire moment if I'm using a public restroom. I can't do that.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's just say there was a sign in there that said, "Are you taking a dump? Tell us about it. Use hashtag pooping at PAX."
What?
Wow. No.
What?
No.
Look it up, man.
What?
No, I'm not. That's the thing.
What?
I'm not searching that
What?
hashtag.
There's no way I'm searching the hashtag pooping at PAX.
Let's do it.
Just the images that are going to come up alone are not worth it.
Nope.
There is no amount of kitten mind bleach that can be applied to that. I'm sorry.
Let's be honest. The people that tweeted mostly tweeted the picture of the thing that said pooping at PAX. Not there. Actually, I'm going through it right now, and I have yet to see an actual piece of human fecal matter. So I'm kind of disappointed in you, PAX East. I am disappointed. You guys obviously don't know how to take pictures of poop.
Or even just the stall. They just wussed out.
One guy took a picture of his pants on the ground with his tattoos, but you don't. So he wins.
That's interesting.
All right, Vince. What have you got for your one cool thing this week?
Well, believe it or not, it actually has something to do with PAX.
Mm.
Weird.
Yeah, this was actually a game. I don't even remember when I heard about this game. I'll be honest. But it is a game called Gigantic, and I'm curious if either of you who were at PAX saw this.
I did see it. However, the line for it turned me off.
Okay, fair enough. The game Gigantic, hold on, let me bring up the page real quick, is by a publisher called...
Ingenito, isn't it?
No, it is something with an M.
Motiga.
Motiga, thank you. Yes, by Motiga. The best way I can describe it is to take a MOBA. It's 5v5, but there's not really laning like you have traditionally. It is a WASD movement, over the shoulder, third person. So it is not a top down, 3/4 symmetrical. Kind of almost cross a MOBA and Overwatch together. And what you have, each team has a giant that they are fighting for. They're basically fighting their giant to get their giant across the map to fight the other giant. And as they move their giant across the map, it is helping them fight the other team, and then basically their giant weakens the other giant enough that they can finish off the fight. So it's a PvP for the sake of PvE battle game. Very fast play, physics-based, which is very cool. They recently announced that they are partnering with Microsoft for the publishing of this game. And in doing so, this is going to be one of the first, if not the first that I'm aware of, games that is taking full advantage of Windows 10 and Xbox One being the same operating system. So what they're doing and what they've already announced is that if you play Gigantic and you play it on the PC on Windows 10, you will be able to play it on Xbox One, and all of your gameplay saves, all of your leveling up, all of your purchases, all of your heroes will all transfer over. As well as if you're at your buddy's house and he's got an Xbox One, but you play on a PC, you can log on and all your stuff's right there. The other cool thing, in testing the game, their testers made comments often that this game would play very well on a console. So what they've decided is the way they're going to handle this.
Oh, we're losing him. Come back, Vince. I just played the video in the stream for those who are watching the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, I did kind of watch it a little bit. Saw some people playing it. It looked pretty cool. And the only thing for me, it was just, like I said, the lines are tough, and in order for me to really get pulled into a line like that, it's got to be something that I'm just like gung ho about, like Overwatch. But even that, I just made sure I did it early in the morning, that my wait was as short as possible. It's kind of like the same thing with the Oculus Rift.
Hey, welcome back.
You guys hear me?
Yeah,
Yep.
we lost you.
Yeah, okay, sorry about that.
No.
So what was the last thing you heard?
You can play it on your Xbox as well.
Okay. What they are also going to be doing, and this is opt-in, is that matches will be playable with both PC players and Xbox One players at the same time. But that will be opt-in. That will not be the default. The default will be PC versus PC, Xbox One versus Xbox One, but you can opt in to cross-platform matches.
Now, do you think that's something a lot of people are going to do, or are they just going to opt in if they have a friend who's cross-platform and they want to play with them, so they'll opt in for that and then opt out as soon as they're in their solo play?
I think that people who don't see the keyboard and mouse being an advantage over the controller and vice versa are going to opt into that multi-platform just because they don't care, and it'll give them a bigger breadth of players to play with. So I could see it going both ways. But just the fact that they're taking advantage of the new programming aspect of Windows 10 being the backbone of PCs, of Xboxes moving forward. I love seeing that. And also the gameplay looks really fun. Like I said, it's very physics-based. And also the artwork is really beautiful.
Yeah, I played a video while you were talking of it, and the artwork does look amazing.
Oh, it's quite beautiful. It's almost a touch Bastion-esque in a sense.
Do you know what they I'm just trying to find it and I can't see it. Do you know what engine they used to make it? The game? To build it on?
I do not. I'm going to guess Unity. It feels like a Unity engine game, but that's purely a guess.
Because that was big news coming out of PAX this week, was both Unity and Unreal Engine, both announcing essentially free to use systems for everybody, which is huge news. Now, obviously, Unity 5 is not, but it's, Unity 4.7 is now free for anyone to use. But with Unreal Engine throwing down the gauntlet, because they have made their latest version is completely free for anyone to use. You can download it, and if you, it's going to be free for anybody in the film industry, anybody who uses it for architecture, whatever. That's just free, like it's your gift, right? But for those in the gaming industry, it's free to use. But if you sell until you start to shift stuff, and it's not just like the first item that you sell. When you sell over $3,000 worth in per quarter, they will take 5% above that 3,000. So as a royalty, which is great because that helps all indie gamers not have game producers having to worry about this and it's smart on their part. Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Now Unity are taking a slightly similar path, not quite the same. I would like to see them take the same path. Unity has I think a lot better toolbox available, but Unreal Engine has an incredible cross-platform. So there are pros to both. The beautiful game we were looking at last week, Crowfall, is Unity 5, and very similar graphics to what we're seeing here. But both are phenomenal tools. Both are incredible. And actually, our web dev downloaded both versions. He's actually he had beta key to Unity 5, so. Which is pretty sweet, but yeah, he's got both of those just because he needs more stuff to do apparently.
Well, I got some stuff I can get him to work on. No, Ben, who was on the show last week, he was very excited that Unreal went completely free because he actually pays for it.
It's a game changer. It really is. Like, cause it was like $1,700, wasn't it?
No, I think you could do a monthly charge type of a thing.
Okay.
Like I think you could pay like $15 a month and just have access to it.
Okay. Right.
As a subscription model. I got lucky because I'm still a student and they actually give it free to students. So it's as if you get the monthly fee, fees waived while you're in school. Because me and him have messed around with him, obviously. Well, not obviously, but he messed around with it a lot more than me. He kind of, that's kind of what I think he wants to do is he wants to get kind of into game development. So it's perfect for people who want to try and learn and do all this stuff to kind of be able to take a chance at it, make yourself a little indie game and see how popular you can make it.
So when's this gigantic due out then, Vince?
It's an alpha now. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably going to launch right alongside with Windows 10 launch.
Okay.
It just
Yeah, it
seems
just
like
looks
that's the way they're
so
going.
good. I'm just looking
Yeah.
at it.
Oh, it
Dude.
looks beautiful. It looks beautiful, and it looks like, I mean, it looks like a cross between a WoW Battleground, a MOBA, and Overwatch.
Mm.
With a tinge of Crash Bandicoot. I don't know.
Yeah, I can kind of see that.
Again, yeah. If
Well, I
Crash,
just kinda
if
always
Crash
do that.
Bandicoot was done today, probably yeah.
To really quick touch back, I know it was a minute ago that you were talking about it, was the kind of the cross-platform. I think we're going to see people's like and dislike of the cross-platform based on, once the game comes out, once a lot of people playing it, their perception of what platform is better to play it on. I mean, first-person shooters, I would never do cross-platform on it, especially if I'm the one on the end of, on the Xbox controller. On the console, because I feel like in that game that's where the most prevalent kind of difference is. Like imagine playing Overwatch when you're playing against somebody on a keyboard and mouse and you're on a console controller. You just get wrecked, I feel like. So I think we're going to see that the popularity of that change, between the first like 6 months that it's out.
Well,
Right.
that's where they announced at PAX too, like with Elite Dangerous, that it's going to be available on Xbox One, and there was some dispute about whether it be Xbox One exclusive. Like, no, you've got to understand how Xbox word things when they use the word exclusive. It doesn't actually mean exclusive. It's always timed.
Time-based,
yeah,
right.
and it's their later claim. It is coming out on PS4, and it is going to come out, on other systems too. Not necessarily console, but they're talking about Linux development. It is already in development for Mac. But one of the big things was people was wondering, can we have players? Are we going to have to meet, those of us who play on the PC? Are we going to have to meet console players? And I'm like, I don't want to have to deal with that riffraff. Now you got to remember, I'm a console player. I love consoles, but I believe that world doesn't need to invest in. There's a type of people on a console, right? For certain games, particularly shooting games. It's a different breed of folk, and I'm not sure I'd want to have to deal with the riffraff as a PC. I don't mean to, but I'm saying this. I wouldn't want to have to deal with me because I know that I'd be riffraff too. But everybody else would be. That's what. Yeah. So, I don't know. What do you think? Do you think cross-platform homebrew? What do you think about that? Do you think it's a good idea, bad idea?
It's going to be a good idea if you separate it out so people have the option to do one, do the other, or do the mix. Because there are always going to be the people that don't want to have the cross-platform. But for games that don't have a PvP aspect to it, or is just strictly cooperative, I think it's going to be necessary in the future.
Yeah. You're not a console player at all, are you, Will?
My last console was N64.
Oh yeah. And Rilladoon isn't a console player either, I think.
Oh yeah, I have a 360. I love my 360.
Oh, they? Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, I love to get a one once I can afford it.
But would you? Are you a big hater of Sony? Like,
am I a hater of Sony?
Like, would you go? You said you want to go with one. Would you not go with PS4?
I would
Being
not
the
go with a
superior-
PS4. No.
Really?
No, I would not.
You want to play on a 720 system, not on a 1080?
No. The reason, here's the thing, that I have a very very strange way of looking at it. At least, well, I think it's strange. The thing with Sony that a lot of people don't understand is that Sony loses millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of dollars every year on PlayStation. Sony is a horrifically unprofitable company. They sell the PlayStation at a loss. They are only held up by the fact that they own the largest insurance company in Asia. And if they didn't own the largest insurance company in Asia, they would be out of business by now. And people in the whole console war, they don't take that in consideration and say, oh, well, the PS4's got better specs than the Xbox One. Well, that's because Microsoft has to turn a profit on everything they do, or they will be absolutely slaughtered by the stock market. And that doesn't come into effect with Sony. Sony right now, we're seeing actually some of the outcome of Sony's failed business model. They are spinning off things left and right. There is no longer any Sony Online Entertainment. I think we talked about this on this show, in fact, before. That doesn't exist. SOE is gone. It is owned by a different company. Eve is now owned by a different company. Basically, the only thing they're keeping is the PlayStation. They are very minimally keeping Sony Pictures, but they're even spinning off a lot of that. They have failed with Crackle. Crackle is a piece of crap and nobody uses it. And so Sony is just one failed business model after the next. Is the Sony PlayStation a bad console? Not by any stretch of the imagination. It's a fantastic console.
But Xbox One in 8 months lost $400 million because it's being sold at a loss as well. And in fact, the Xbox 3, when it came out, was sold at $126 less. $126 less was the hit that they were taking when Microsoft was selling Xbox 360.
Are you talking about the write-off that they had to take on that that company that they bought? I forget the name of it.
I'm talking about how they're sold at a loss. Xbox One was being built at a loss as well. Both were being built at a loss. Now, the Xbox One was the loss was not so great, but it was also being sold for $100 more.
Okay.
But they were both being sold at a loss. But going even back as this is a model that goes back to 2005. Microsoft were losing $126 for every Xbox 360 they sold. I can't remember how much they sold. Nintendo's was at the same time was $76 a unit. Yeah. So they do sell them at a loss because they're looking to make their money from other streams. Now, not saying I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that Sony's doing it right. I'm not trying to be a fanboy. I'm just saying that and Microsoft probably, by landing some of these timed exclusives, it's one of their ways of gaining traction to get some of that money back.
Mm-hmm. That is true.
But yeah, it is a system that's in play where they will do that, which is kind of,
Well, with that said, I mean, there is other factors as well. I mean, you had the Xbox and the Sony hack that took place over Christmas by the lizard douchebags, whatever you wanted to call themselves. Xbox had it cleaned up in less than 24 hours, and Sony took how many days, and they were completely silent about it.
Yeah.
And their way of apologizing was to give people 3 old games.
Yeah, that was kind of that's kind of BS right there.
Yes, 2 of which were actually really crappy games.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just
and everyone else had the third one, so it didn't really count.
And everybody else already had the third one. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, has Microsoft always done everything right? No, of course not. Of course not.
I just wanted to clear that up just in case anybody did sort of go back and listen to the show once we start flooding these out, and they're like, "Well, hold on a minute." We're
Microsoft is founded on the lies of Steve Jobs stealing. I mean, Bill Gates stealing from Steve Jobs. Right, Will? Well, right.
What is this? Bill Gates stealing from Steve Jobs? Are you joking? You're joking, right? Steve Jobs, the man who built his first computer by stealing parts out of an IBM dumpster and stealing the Xerox operating system. And then basically Mac OS X is just a skinned Unix, and you're going to talk about somebody stealing from him? Are you joking?
Will, you tell him.
Tell him, Will.
The company that has literally invented nothing ever except the marketing spin.
Hey, I just want to say something.
What's that?
And you have to realize I am not like an Apple fanboy. I'm trying to get you going.
Uh-huh.
If I could invent nothing in my life and make billions of dollars, that is success. That is the American dream.
Oh, they're very successful. They are an incredibly successful marketing spin company. There's no doubt about that.
That's what they invented. Great.
It is pure marketing spin. They make very, very beautiful hardware. I will not deny them that. The hardware is beautiful. And their marketing spin is beautiful. And that's it.
That's the American dream, though. That's the American dream. Right home.
We all know they're magicians. They're just practicing the concept of misdirection. You know, shiny thing over here. Don't worry about what's going on over there.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of like Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison was nothing but a giant asshole who impeded upon other people's trademarks. And somehow our children are taught in school that he invented the light bulb. Guess what, kids? Thomas Edison did not invent the light bulb. In fact, he invented nothing.
I want to get. I don't know what show it's going to be on. I don't know if it suit into Geek or Die. Although we might actually get to the point of somebody actually dying on the show. But I want to get Vince and Stubby in a room, like the biggest PC fan, the biggest sort of Mac hater, and the biggest Mac lover that I know of, and just like be like, okay, get it down, just like go, and then I'll just walk away and come back to like blood splatter on the screen. It'd be great. It'll be like it would be cockfight. It'll be like geek fighting. Just throw him in a ring, just see who comes out.
Oh man, I can see it now.
I'll be in the chat room, just making.
You have the Mac guy
to piss off Stubby
versus the Windows guy 1 week. The next week, Batman versus Superman.
What a great idea for a show!
And throw them in there, and somebody has to mediate that.
Oh, this would be beautiful. I might do this. Mm-hmm. This is going to happen. Awesome. This would be fun. This would be great.
Star Wars versus Star Trek.
You get like 7 minutes. You get 7 minutes to say your piece.
Mm-hmm. You know what it is? Each person gets 7 minutes, and then you get 3-minute counter arguments. So that's 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's solid right there. Boom. And then we'll have a live clock on the screen, so there's no like. Yeah. I like this show. We could do something with this, guys.
Mm-hmm.
This would be good.
So. The thing is, I'm placid about everything. I enjoy everything. This is why I love everything. I love everyone. This is why I make a good mediator, and I want to see Adam go to town. Where
call it 7 minutes in Silicon Valley instead of 7 minutes in heaven.
See, I love pretty much everybody and everything except for anything made by Apple, Thomas Edison, and IPAs.
All right,
and don't forget Sony. Sony, screw them. They're an insurance.
No, actually, I don't.
Them in their A.
We're gonna have a Thomas Edison fan against like an Alexander Bell fan, right? Just because there's gonna be
Tesla. Tesla. Yeah.
There you go.
I think. Wait, they've already done that. It was called Epic Rap Battles of History.
I forgot about that.
Bring it back. Let's make it happen.
Oh man, they just keep going better and better and better with that.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Actually, if you want to see a great movie where Batman fights Wolverine and it involves Tesla and Alfred, you need to watch The Prestige.
Oh, The Prestige is a good movie.
That was a fantastic movie.
That is one of my favorites. You know,
yes, and is the only time we will ever see Batman fight Wolverine.
And this might be definitely a small tangent. How crazy is that every time someone has like a movie or an idea, there's always that movie and idea that's like just a little different from it. It's like you had The Prestige and then you had The Illusionists. You had the Addams Family and the Munsters. You had
and they always come out around the same time.
And the Outer Limits.
Dante's Peak and Volcano.
It makes money, why not?
Yeah, but it's so crazy because they come out so close to each other that's like they were in development at the same time. It's like it's so crazy.
Star Wars,
Armageddon, Deep Impact, Armageddon, Deep Impact, Dante's Peak, and Volcano.
Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter.
No, that does not count. Don't even go there. No, hold on. There's a whole list. Let me think about this.
Man,
that
I don't
scary movie and disaster movie.
No, The Thin Red Line and Shaving Ryan's Privates. Trying to think what else.
Oh man, but yeah. So I just had to point that out. That It happens all the time.
Yes, it does. And it has to be. It has to be somebody leaking the script to another studio. It has to be. Because the movies come out within months. White House Down and Olympus Has Fallen.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that was the one. I knew there was one actually that I could think of. But without being very
well, from what I understand, and I'm no like film expert or
let's get Kate quick.
Exactly. But from what I understand, what basically happens is somebody pitches an idea to somebody. They're like, we don't like it. Then they make their own version because they did kind of like it. And then somebody picks up the real one and then they go head to head.
Right.
So, but yeah, Prestige, awesome movie.
We should ask that. Oh, maybe one of the Kate's Take shorts. When you drop tweet at Kate, she probably gives you some inside information on that. Because we could on one of our non-feature episodes, which we do a couple of months. What we will be doing this month is busy, but next month we should definitely do that. She may well know. If there's somebody who knows, it's going to be her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Awesome. But yeah, so Prestige, good movie. Go watch it.
That's a great.
I have no idea where we got to how we got to the Prestige.
Oh, that's the beauty of the show.
Conversation.
That's the beauty of the show, though, right? It's like when
that's my fault.
No. The beauty of the show is though, it's like when you go to YouTube and 3 hours later you're watching a video, you're like, how the heck did I get here? And
you mean going down the rabbit hole?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
love it.
Yeah, YouTube is good for that. Wikipedia is excellent for
Tumblr.
rabbit hole. Tumblr. Oh my gosh.
Tumblr, because Tumblr takes you off the site. So then you're like, how did I get to this site?
How did I get to 4chan?
Eventually, you end up on a GeoCities page with a rotating skull GIF, and yeah.
All I have to say is, I thought you were totally gonna say rabbit holing. I don't think that's a good term.
I don't think it's a good term, but it probably is a term. And if it wasn't, we just made it a term.
Right. Yeah. Hashtag rabbit holing.
Hashtag rabbit holing.
Is that the name of the episode?
There you go.
Okay, guys. I'm going to do this live on air. Ready? I'm going to go to Urban Dictionary.
That's a cop-out.
Oh, bad. That's bad. That's not a good idea.
And find out what rabbit holing is.
That's not a good idea. I'm telling you right now. It's not a good idea.
Homebrew's got to ask.
Okay, ready? I can read this.
Okay.
To disconnect your tripping mind from your body with the help of a psychedelic disassociative methamphetamine. The fact that you don't feel your body anymore and your mind has the ultimate freedom unless you concentrate fully on the trip without any disturbances.
Okay. That is absolutely referencing in some way Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, it is.
Mm-hmm.
Either that or in Matrix.
Either that or if you really just...
that's a good point.
If you think about it, Alice in Wonderland, she's rabbit holing.
Yeah, but I mean, the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas is... I don't know if you ever saw the movie, but it's very...
Oh, God. I kept looking down. I should have stopped.
Oh, yeah. You have to stop when you're on Urban Dictionary. No, you get off as fast as possible. No.
I rabbit holed.
No, you do not rabbit hole.
Yeah, that's one site you don't rabbit hole.
Do not rabbit hole on Urban Dictionary.
Well, because number 2 was to get stuck in endless internet search of no particular importance, which,
Well, yeah. That's pretty much it.
And the last one I'm not going to repeat. So, Will, you have something cool to talk about, I'm sure.
Well, I'm going to talk about this episode was brought to you by Free Stoners. So I just got... If you can't see, this is coming. Too bad his video doesn't work.
No, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Comcast sucks.
I'm going to show you... I got a new desk this week, a new mixing desk.
Nice.
And it's a sweet bit of kit. I'll tell you what, I'll link... just so that you can see. If I give you a link reel, will you be able to see the link?
It's possible. Go ahead.
Send it to his Windows phone. It'll probably work on his Windows phone.
So I'll send it to you there. But I'm going to show you for Homebrewed and Adam. I'll switch on a webcam, and everybody else, I'll switch on a webcam. So if you look at my my screen, we go to another webcam here. It's still a different webcam. Oh, that's obviously looking at. I don't know where's that webcam gone. Hold on. Oh, pointing it. So, Excuse me a second. So we go
Where
back
have
here.
all the webcams gone?
Here is this is my new desk, which is it's nice sort of size. It's a healthy size. It's not too big. But one of the desks I was looking at getting was huge. It was like 4-5 times the size of this. But what's great about this is it operates as a door. So which basically means as I'm
Well, is it a desk or is it a door? Come on.
well, look, you're right. So as I'm moving this up and down here, which actually I'll pick these three because we're not going to think of it. So if I move this up and down here, and I'm going to keep doing that, and then I come up to the screen here, you'll see everything is being controlled wonderfully on the computer system, which is beautiful. So again, I go and get a twisty knob here, and if we come up to here, and you'll see as I twist this, knob here, you'll be able to see things moving.
Mm-hmm.
Which they actually do things. I mean, I don't just twist because it makes things move, but it actually does things.
Is it like a game? Like
It kind of is.
If you twist it enough, does it like give you space points?
It's like being on the Starship Enterprise. I know, but I absolutely love it. I've got full control just over everything, and which is why we've also got this set up tonight where we're using two. I'm calling you from two different on the Skype call. For those who can't see the Skype call, I'm coming from two different directions. Because I'm able to control then your Skype audio down one channel, here's me down another, and we don't get like weird loops. And so when we was playing the music earlier, that was coming off this computer here, and I was able to pull it up. Yeah, I mean, I've hooked in my TV, and I've hooked in various other computer systems and all the wonderful gadgets that are sort of lurking around there. How many screens do you need? Is one of the questions you should ask. The answer is 4.
4?
Well, technically 4. This one,
The answer is all of them.
all of them. Technically 4. This one is actually 3 screens in one. So I can, a flick of a button, I can turn this straight to the expansion of like the third screen for this Windows system, or it can also turn into the TV, which is kind of nice. So, but no, this is just a beautiful desk, and it's going to be really really handy. I want to bring it to let's go to this camera now. I want to bring it to various cons when you come to do cons, because I can throw in a bunch of mics and we can do live gather around in a room with microphones and do some beautiful recording. The last episode of Kate's Sake that we did, she just got herself one of these devices to record. This is the Tascam, but it's she got the Zoom. They're exactly the same, just a different name on the outside. What's great about it, these also have XLRs, so you can hook up a mic. And so we recorded in her audio, and with the software I've got here, it's got an auto sync, so it will find exactly the same piece of audio if I match up from 2 different sources. So I record her Skype audio, which is what people are going to hear tonight of you guys. It's you guys are coming over Skype, and I just simply drag the beautifully captured audio that she recorded on that side at no effort, and in about 15 seconds, it's all synced up. And go and listen to the last episode of Kate Steak, and I think you'll agree, it's probably one of the best sounding shows that we've produced at D20. Really, really proud of that. And boy, if I could get everybody one of these devices on the D20 team, that's one of my goals. That would be a beautiful thing to do. Get everybody with these devices, supply all the podcasters with them. And,
what is you saying this device? What is it actually called?
The one I've got here is the Tascam DR40, which is exactly the same as the Zoom. God, I can't remember what the Zoom version is. Let's have a look. Tascam DR40 versus Zoom. It's the Zoom H4n or H4n. They look exactly the same. They've both got the same kind of mic system that you've got. They both actually look like glorified phasers, or tasers.
Yeah.
Sorry,
they look pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what's the difference between the DR40, and for example, I have the Tascam US366, which is it's like a dual. I can put like dual inputs into it. What's the difference between them?
The US366. Okay, so yours is yours is an audio interface. So yours is basically like yours USB.
Yes.
Okay, so yours basically is just another version of, and I'll bring it up here. So this device that I have here, which is the FireWire, that's a USB version. I've also got one over here, which is the FireWire one. So that's basically what that is. It's an audio interface that you would connect to. Sorry, Homebrew, I just put it over your face. It's an audio device that you would connect up to your computer via USB or FireWire, and you bring in. Oh, we lost Real. You bring in. You bring in the audio that way. This is a device where because I plug in batteries, I can walk around with it. It's completely standalone. So this is not connecting to the computer. I believe, as there is a USB port on there, it may be able to act as an interface. I've never tried it. That's an interesting point. I may be able to use it as an interface. But this is good. This is great for you at PAX East because you can run around with it. It's got a very decent. If you listen to the Gen Con episodes from last year, they used these mics at Gen Con on the Zoom. But you can also just plug in an SM58 and run around with that and have a little bit more of a personal touch. And there are individual channels too, which is great. So onto the SD card, one records onto one channel, one XR records on one channel, one records on the other. So you and I could sit in a room with a mic each, and we were going to get a very nice, beautiful sound. It's what the Nerdist use. They use one of these. So
it actually stores the recordings right onto it, and then you would put it onto a computer and send it over instead of it recording directly into the computer.
Yeah. So and it'll just stick it straight onto.
Hey, can you hear me now?
Hey there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, lost internet connection at the house entirely now. So
that sucks, dude. Yeah. So this is what the Nerdist use, and it basically records it onto an SD card. And then from that, you'll just drop that into your a Mac. If you've got a MacBook, that just plugs straight into your MacBook. But whatever your device, it's going to pull off straight off that, and you upload it into your audio, and you're good to go. And that's what's great about these, because as I say, you're going to be fully remote, and the quality of sound you can pull out of these is incredible.
Yeah. So when I was saying right before PAX East on Twitter, when I was like, oh, I wish I had a good microphone. It's not really I need a good microphone. I need one of these and a microphone to plug into it.
Yeah, and you don't have to spend a ton of money. That's the great thing about it.
It's only like $150.
Yeah, one of those, and then the actual mic that I'd recommend getting, you either get an SM58, which is your industry standard singing mic, or you get the. Hold on, let me have a look. It's the. Oh crikey. It is the God. I wish I could remember what it was. Kate's got one, but it's basically it's got an XLR connection. It looks like an SM58. It's got an XLR connection, but it's also got a USB connection, so you can also plug that mic straight into the computer if you wanted to. I'm not sure if maybe it's the Shure PG. No, not that one. I'll look it up and let you know. But it was like you can get it for like $50. It's not expensive at all.
So it's basically like a $200 setup, give or take, or $300, I guess, if you go with the SM58.
Yeah, but I mean, as I say, the USB one just gives a nice option. So you don't have to spend that kind of money. And in fact, you can just go and get the Audio Technica version of the SM58, which is actually got a switch on and off, which is nice, and you can get those for $50. So you really don't need to spend the SM58. Like, if you're going to be singing, you want to go with the SM58. But if you're not going to be singing into it, I wouldn't bother spending that extra $50 and just get you just want to get a good one. I can definitely get you the links.
I know working. I mean, I bet you my grandmother's house we have the SM58s now that I'm looking at them, because we used to run talent competitions. My grandmother owned a company called Talent America, where singers, dancers, all that came up, and these are pretty much the mics that we had.
They were industry. I mean, the SM58s are industry standard. Back when I worked in recording studio, you didn't really use the SM58s in. You always carry them just for the odd reason, but you would actually. It does look like a taser, Corey. But what you would do is
it definitely does look like a taser. There's no doubt about that. Yeah.
But well, the beautiful thing about the SM58 too is that you can take an SM58 and you can drop it in a full glass of beer and leave it overnight, and then you can pull it out and 6 hours later use it, and there's no sound loss, or there's no loss of sound. And the reason why the SM58 is built like that is because the amount of people, the amount of abuse that they're going to get on the road, and the amount of performers who will literally do crappy things like that. The engineers like, okay, we're going to go. Do you want to spend $100, per mic? We want to get like spend $800 and have security, have peace of mind, or do we want to spend half the money and have them, have to replace them all the time? So, you can't go wrong with it. But as I say, you don't have to spend that kind of money. It is a great setup, and I absolutely love it. But coupled with this desk, and I can plug those. I can go straight out into this desk, so I can be on the road. I don't even have a computer with me, and I can record, the channel straight onto this device with that desk. It gives options, and so all of a sudden I've now got, instead of 2 mic inputs, I've got 12. Yeah, it's a sweet bit of kit. I've been geeking out over it like crazy. You can imagine. And the beauty about this thing too, and I'm pretty sure Vince will. He's a bit of an audiophile, so he'll dig this in a big way. Not only have you got like a full, you saw that picture. You got like kind of that blue section on the desk with all the knobs, and basically each channel has its own dedicated high pass gate, compressor, limiter, and British EQ, and then the whole board also has a full-on like 12-band graphic EQ. But each channel has that broken down. It is beautiful, and so I can, as I'm controlling it, it's like, dang, it is so good. It is so good.
Oh, that is fantastic.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to bringing it to things like Gen Con and BlizzCon, just so that you guys can essentially like play with it, just get a feel of just how good it is, because it's a really nice good bit of kit, and it retails at like $1,500, but I got it for $700, $702.
Oh my gosh, nice.
Which was
That's pretty good.
Yeah, and it was straight off Amazon, $702, which I thought was a really good investment. So, and it's it's like freaking enterprise in here now, so you can't go wrong with it. Yeah, that's my toy. That's my toy of the year. Not allowed any more this year.
Nice.
Well, probably for the next few years, but it's a sweet bit of kit, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy with that and where it's going and what I can do with it. And yeah, if anybody's wondering what desk to get, and you're thinking of spending like a couple $100 on a desk, you could spend a couple $100 on a desk, or just hold out a little bit longer and get something like this. Save your pennies and get something like this. It's definitely worth it, hands down. I'm very, very happy. So yeah, I've been geeking. I've been like driving just crazy, just like geeking out on what this can do. It's like, and I love the fact that
calling her over and saying, "Look what I just found. Look what it does now. Look at this. Look at this. Look, I just found this."
Oh man, it's too funny. It makes me laugh.
I love when you get like that, where it's like, "Oh, check this out." Your wife's just like, "I don't want to see it anymore."
It's the light. It's a flashing light. Well, you've also got to remember, like, so the last time I actually got to play on a proper desk, I haven't been in a recording studio for over a decade. So it was at the start of the digital revolution.
Been that long?
Yeah, it's really been that long. It's been about a decade, and so it's the start of the digital revolution. Really, I got to experience it. But you didn't have doors like there are now. Doors, DAW, by the way, in case anyone can't understand from my accent. They weren't anything like that, and you always had like crazy latency. Like they were awesome, but you just had like crazy latency. And the response between this and what I'm seeing on the screen and within the audio, there's just like there's no audio and there's no visual latency, which means I can just fine tune and tweak stuff. It's beautiful. It's nice being able to record 12 channels, individual channels at the same time, to then play around with an audition. And I'm like, yeah, this is.
And you really need a Mac to do that properly, right?
You don't.
No,
you don't. No. It does help. It does help that I've got 2 Macs, but right in front of me, Vince, is a PC. Right. Okay. I've got a Mac to the right and a Mac to the left, but in front of me is a PC.
Okay, good. We can still be friends then.
I don't know when I became the guy to point out Mac things. I don't know when that actually happened.
I have no idea when that happened either.
I got like indoctrinated over the past couple of months somehow.
Yeah. Well, you started drinking the Kool-Aid. That's the problem. Any product where you need to drink Kool-Aid in order to actually enjoy the product, I mean, that just tells you right there what that product's integrity really is.
I would love.
I do like Kool-Aid. Oh yeah.
Do you like hot Kool-Aid?
Hot Kool-Aid?
What?
Oh my god. Okay, I've
Is
got
there such a thing?
You know, this is okay. This is the greatest.
Is this like a thing from a Christopher Walken movie with Brendan Fraser?
No. This is like the coolest. Here, let's see if I can. How do I do this now?
Wait, isn't that an oxymoron? Hot Kool-Aid? Hot Kool-Aid?
I'm gonna play a video clip. If I do this, this shouldn't cause an audio loop. So I'm gonna play a video clip by doing this. And let's see, screen capture. Let's do this. Here we go. Great moment. This is especially for you, Adam. Oh, you didn't hear that, did you, Adam?
No, I did not.
Okay. All right, hold on. Let's let me try this again. Here we go.
Morning, brother. Hello, brother. I made a pot of Kool-Aid. You don't make a pot of Kool-Aid. Well, I did. Is it hot? Maybe, maybe not. It's hot, isn't it? Yeah. Hot Kool-Aid. I can put some ice in it if you like. No, I'm not thirsty. Brother? I'm not gonna drink it. I made this for you. No. Drink it! No! I want you to drink this! I'm not drinking it! Drink this right now or I'll pour it on the floor and I'll blame it on you! Oh yeah, real mature. I made this for you! Now why don't you grow up? I did! Because I love you! Well, I'm not gonna drink it. I hate you! That's all I ever hear anymore. Brother, try this. Brother, try that. Remember that? What was it? Cinnamon toast and, what was it? Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise! That was a good idea. You didn't make a single pound! I made a pound of cinnamon toast with mayonnaise. And don't forget Rocky Road with Tabasco, right? Yeah. Was it 3 hospitalized? 3 women hospitalized. You drink this right now! Drink your own hot Kool-Aid! There's so much left of it. What am I gonna do with all this hot Kool-Aid? Drink it! No! Yes! No! Brother. Yes. Please. Drink my hot. Okay. Okay. Right. Yeah, it's pretty good. Yeah, I like that.
Oh, good stuff.
I know it's not train spotting, but for some reason I'm getting a train spotting vibe from that.
Oh man, that was funny. I blame you, Will. I don't know why.
That was good.
It's like Kool-Aid. You gotta try it though. I actually have tried it after that video. I tried it.
Rocky Road Tabasco. You put the women in the hospital.
What was the thing with mayonnaise? Cinnamon Toast Crunch and mayonnaise?
And cinnamon toast. Man.
That is freaking disgusting. That is one of the most
the real
vile
question
things
is,
I've ever heard.
Will, what hot Kool-Aid flavor did you try?
Well, Hulka, it was the blue the blue packet that is raspberry. So it's like I don't know if it's called blue raspberry, but like
it's just called blue, and that is the problem.
Oh,
it's
really?
a product that names its flavors by color. You have red, you have blue, you have yellow. That is the problem.
Purple.
Purple. That is horrible.
They should just have it, the emotion that they feel after drinking it, like sadness, depression.
Sadness and depression, yes. Good Lord. What was that
Kool-Aid
from?
tastes like sadness and depression.
It's actually from a buddy of mine called Julian Smith. And he actually, so here's the connection to the Warcraft community. So Julian, I was following him for a long time and sort of admired him and his work for creating some really, really cool videos. And he started dating somebody else who I was also like following and become conversed with, a girl called Sarah, who had worked for. She works as a in the same industry that I do, for some pretty big companies, including MySpace. But
Yeah,
what happened was
that's still a thing.
it's still a thing. Yeah,
It's a thing. It's a thing. Yeah. It's a
but,
Justin Timberlake thing.
well, Sarah actually got pulled into the World of Warcraft scenario. I don't know if you remember. This is going back like 5 years ago, where someone was using Sarah's avatar for as a paladin who was commenting and like really it was a whole thing on that WoW Insider website too. That I mean, everyone covered it. It was something along the lines of where someone was using her avatar and her image to be like, this is me and this is what I'm doing, and it wasn't them at all. And when that sort of like whole thing blew over, the person was unveiled as being like a sweaty 13-year-old boy or something. I don't know. But anyway, it was one of those really cool things of where I didn't realize that like they started dating, and I'd been following like both of their public profiles as to them basically falling in love, and had no idea it was with each other.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and they've actually just had a little baby, and they're just adorable.
Nice.
Yeah, but he'd make some really funny music videos, and you actually get to see her in one of the. He's in reading a book. He did the video reading a book. She's at the start of that, but he makes some cool videos that make my kids laugh, like jellyfish. Jellyfish. Take some. You basically make a sandwich. A jellyfish sandwich. That's jelly and fish. You put it together. That's a jellyfish sandwich.
Ugh.
But don't say it too fast, otherwise it will kill you. Because then you have jellyfish. And there's a difference between jellyfish and jellyfish.
And jellyfish.
Yeah. But like he just, I don't know. He does some
Okay.
really crazy videos. He hasn't
it's
been
no
doing them
diff-
recently, but yeah, do it.
No different than one of the Heroes of the Storm guys who eats peanut butter and scrambled eggs.
No, that's messed up.
Yeah. That's a CM Rocket for you.
That's messed up. I don't like peanut butter anything.
I love
can't
peanut
eat peanut butter.
Are you allergic to peanuts?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yep. Me and my wife, which means that my daughter has like some ridiculous chance of being allergic to peanuts
Right.
because it's
Well, I
one of
will
those genetics.
Remember that next time I see you, I will make sure not to eat anything with peanuts in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oddly enough, the gene that makes you allergic to peanuts shares a lot of the same genomes or whatever with being allergic to cats. So being allergic to cats and peanuts is actually very, very common.
So a cat covered in peanut butter is like just the worst.
It's like death. Yes.
Yes, I'll be sneezing. My face will start to explode as my throat closes over.
That actually it makes a lot of sense because I found out that I have a pretty severe latex allergy, and when I was talking about it with an anesthesiologist, they said whenever you eat a banana, does your mouth get like do you have a reaction in your mouth? I said, yeah, I do actually. They said, well, that's because the banana tree is very, very close to the rubber tree genetically. And so that allergy kind of transfers over.
Well, actually, for the peanut butter and cats, it's not that genetically they're similar. It's that in our genetics, they're carried on the same chromosomes.
On the chromosome, right. Okay.
Yeah, it's more of our genetic thing, not a genetics of the cat and peanut butter.
Of the cat, right.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, I'm one of those rare people I'm allergic to dogs, but I'm not allergic to cats.
No, I know people that are like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a general pet allergy, which is why we don't have any animals.
I mean, like if I take my cat and like rub my face in him, like I'll get kind of itchy. But
like you do.
Like you do,
Will
like
is just cracking up at this.
No, I'm not. It sounds simple. I just saw. I just looked at the chat room, and Corey said, "I said that too back in the day when I didn't want to wear protection."
Oh.
Oh.
Well, honey, I got a rubber allergy.
You're allergic to erasers?
They do make lambskin ones for that. Just saying.
Yeah, but they're less effective.
You're allergic to erasers, Humbert? You're allergic to erasers?
Totally. That's what I was talking about.
Well, you said you had a rubber allergy. What else? What do you mean by that?
Rubber eraser?
Back where I come from.
Next thing you're gonna say is you're gonna go get a drink from the bubbler. No, I don't know.
The bubbler?
What
the bubbler? Like the bubbler. You pressure it and water comes out and you drink from it.
What?
What?
You push the button and the water squirts out and you drink.
This is why you don't drink water from a faucet, right? I mean,
No, it's not from a faucet. It's from the bubbler.
What is a bubbler?
Like a soda stream?
No, so you in school there's the metal item that you push the button and the water.
Is that a water fountain?
Sure, yeah, and you drink. And then, it's gross because people put their mouth on it.
Kids these
But
days,
there are no
Vince.
bubblers involved.
They're bubblers.
But
The
there's
water
no
bubbles. Yeah, there is.
There are no bubbles.
Either way, it's a bubbler. I don't care.
If it's
what you
blowing
say.
bubbles out, that system's got some real problems.
We are getting way
If
crazy
there-
with what we're
if
talking
there
about
are
today.
Bubbles blowing out, then your school was Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
No,
if there are bubbles coming out of the
Bubbles
water
don't
fountain.
actually come out. It's like it's a bubbler. That's what they call it.
No, they don't. Maybe you do.
Look it up
but
on the internet.
They do not.
I'm not sure. I want to
It
Google
is called
bubbler.
a water bubbler.
A water
It
bubbler.
is not called a water. It's called a water fountain.
Oh,
Why is it called a fountain?
call
it
it
doesn't shoot it straight up.
in Wisconsin as well.
That's great, but who's from Wisconsin?
Water fountains. Water fountains. I'm looking. Well, actually, hold on. There's like landscape fountains. That
Oh,
doesn't
look at
count.
that. Look at that. It's known as a bubbler.
Yeah, see, I'm not crazy.
Water. Hold on. Water bubbler.
A bubbler map.
Water bubbler.
Oh, here we go. So when you look at this map that I've just put in the chat room, it shows you who calls it a water fountain. And
Hey, yeah, that's the exact one I found.
Oh, okay. Yeah, here's the map. All right.
You see the
hold
map
on.
there?
Wait, that one's color. I don't like the colors that one uses. Let me look at this one.
That's funny. Yeah, but anyways, we definitely call it a bubbler.
I'm sorry, but according to this map, it is a water fountain in the entirety of New England.
No, it's not.
I'm looking at this map right here.
Do you know where New England? Do you know where Rhode Island is?
Yes, and you know who created this map? Harvard.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Harvard.
Which Harvard,
created this.
if you
hold
Harvard is
Hold on.
not in the
Hold
water
on.
fountain area. You have New
Hold on. I
Hampshire,
take it
Vermont,
I
Maine.
take it back.
Look at Rhode Island and southeastern Mass.
You know what? There's a blue. There's a little bit of blue. Okay, maybe you are on that one little spot of blue there.
Look at this. Here we go.
Alright.
Core has solved it. I don't know how I've lost everybody's image, but I did. Oh, there we go. Core has solved it in the chat room with a link. The reason why it's called a bubbler. It's quite simple. For some reason, people call tissues Kleenex or inline skates rollerblades. Good branding.
There was a brand.
It's just good regional branding. Back in 1889, Harlem Huckleby designed the very first bubbler.
Yep, Rhode Island is showing as bubbler.
What do you think? I'm wrong?
itself-
I've lived here 90% of my life. I know what we call it.
Boston itself is 60% water fountain. Hold on, 60% water fountain, 21% drinking fountain, and 18% bubbler. That's Boston. But then Rhode Island is green, so it is bubbler.
What? What?
That is the
But
beauty of the show.
most-
You learn something every episode.
Most of the country says water fountain. Just saying.
Whatever. I like to be different.
And that statistic comes from Harvard.
And you guys
Pat
don't
the
have
cat,
coffee milk where you
Pat
live,
the
so deal with it.
Do you have
We don't
coffee
have
milk?
what?
Yeah, you guys don't
That
get
is
to
a
drink coffee milk.
weird- No, that is just strange.
Autocrat coffee milk.
Yeah, Autocrat.
Autocrat?
Yeah, it's
Is
the
that a
brand
brand?
name of the coffee milk.
Autocrat. Oh, Autocrat coffee syrup. So what?
Yeah.
You take that syrup and put it in your milk?
Just like you'd make chocolate milk, but with Autocrat.
Do they make other syrups?
No, or at least none that I know of.
Autocrat natural ingredients. Oh, it looks like they make a lot of stuff. Tea extracts.
Yeah, but the only thing that
Coffee
matters
extract?
is their coffee syrup.
And you guys
No.
thought I said things funny. God, you.
What did we say funny?
All
Like,
those
water?
Everyone keeps me putting the obtrusive R, so also like pizza, but I'm not actually putting an R at the end. It just might sound like I'm saying pizza, but I'm not. Or
You already said
Yahoo.
pizza.
If I say Yahoo, I'm spelling it Yahoo, but everyone over here thinks I'm putting an R in there, and it's not. It's called the
Yahoo?
obtrusive R. Yeah, it's a British thing. But
Yahoo?
What
you guys
drives me
here,
nuts
Well,
is-
it's a New England thing too to do the same things. You add R's and you take out R's, and you
it's the
have
proper way to
Harvard,
do it, right?
and you have
The
soda.
thing that
I'm gonna go
really-
get some soda.
Soda. The thing that
Soda.
really drives me nuts is something that's very prevalent in people from Bristol when they say something or anything.
Yeah, with a
And
K.
they put the K on the end. That drives me freaking crazy.
Also, anyone who's comes from North London does exactly the same thing too.
You know what
They'll-
drives me crazy?
They put TH to F's as well, which is like, God.
I hate
Yeah.
when someone has to ask you a question.
Oh,
Oh,
God, that's the worst.
Don't ask me a question.
Yeah.
No.
no,
Ask,
no.
That's like a
Yes.
Atlanta thing, isn't it? From what I understand.
ask me. I think you know what
Yeah,
that does
I
make sense. Yeah. That
We'll
does
get
make
we'll get
sense.
Dave on. We'll ask him. We'll ask him.
Does Dave live in Atlanta?
Doesn't he? He lives out that way. Pretty
Does
sure
he?
does. Yeah.
It is really effing hot in Atlanta. I'm just
Yes.
saying.
Hotlanda. I went there a couple of years
Hotlanta.
back. It's just like, God, that's so hot.
I was in Savannah in July. Savannah's gorgeous. Don't go in July.
July, yeah, that's a bad idea.
It is purgatory.
Yeah, you don't do that.
It's purgatory.
There's no fun there.
No.
No.
Beautiful city. July, it's purgatory.
Man, it's like when I went to Disneyland in August.
No, don't do that.
Never again.
Don't do that. Yeah, I went to Disney World one time in July.
Oh wait,
And
Disney
I-
World. Sorry, Disney World.
Yeah.
Yes, the one in
Even-
Florida.
Disney is the master of the line. Like they really do a good job of like weaving you into air conditioning and then back outside, into air conditioning, back outside, and they have like the misters set up and screens to watch. It doesn't matter. It's still Florida's a swamp, people. Like it is not meant to be inhabited by human beings. I don't care how much concrete you pump into it. It's still a swamp.
The very north, people forget that, like, for example, Stubby lives in Florida, but he actually lives in the central time zone. He lives
What?
like, sort of, yeah, this is it. Most people don't realize that Florida actually spans 2 time zones. And
What?
so if you go to the very north west of Florida, or like those sort of
The panhandle.
yeah, you avoid all of that, really. And you can seem to have quite pleasant weather.
But that's getting pretty close to Louisiana, and Louisiana has bugs so large they can steal babies. So,
This is true. This is
Yeah.
true. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want that.
no.
Come to Minnesota.
Minnesota, don't you know?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah. Minnesota.
Please tell me you've seen Fargo.
Sure.
Okay. Not that it's in Minnesota, but
Yeah, no, I was wondering if you're just going to make that comment. I'm like, you do realize.
I know it's North Dakota. I know, but still, is there really a difference?
Isn't like that whole area, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Illinois? Isn't that just like one small state?
It's
Yeah.
Illinois.
Exactly.
Illinois, not Illinois.
Yes, and I'm British.
Illinois.
And it's pretty much like you're in New York, right?
Oh, you want to get whooped?
Yeah, Yankees fans, Red Sox fans, all the same.
All
thing.
same. Yeah.
Wow.
All right. Well, there you go, gentlemen.
I think we need to end there before you really insult some listeners.
Before
just gonna go
bullets start
cry right
flying through our windows.
Thank you, Homebrewed, Homebrewed Dwarf. And we can find you on D20 now, writing articles every Wednesday.
Nice.
Wednesday. Help me out here. Tuesday.
It's Wednesday.
Okay. Every Wednesday with a news roundup, which is awesome. So thank you for that. And
Because if it wasn't Wednesday, there might not be this one this week.
I'm excited to see what it's going to be about. I'm assuming there's going to be PAX news.
I am too.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Well played, sir. Well played.
All right. Well, good luck, Real. Hopefully your internet sorts itself out.
Yes, folks out there listening, I'm very sorry about the my call quality. Hopefully Comcast gets their ish together. And the funny thing is, get this. So we're having this issue with Comcast that was supposed to be fixed weeks ago. And on my commute home from work today, I get a call from Comcast asking me if I would be interested in spending more money with them. That is literally what they said.
Did they ask you?
They asked me if I would like to spend more money with them. And I said, no, I want to spend more money with you. What are you, out of your mind? And then they hung up.
And yeah,
that was it.
I don't blame you.
They literally asked me if I wanted to increase my bill to $150 a month.
Wow.
So that I could get a home telephone.
Hello,
like, what
sir.
century do you live in?
Have I told you about the new package that you spend more money and we still give you the crappy service that we've given you
exactly
for your entire life?
What would you say if I offered you this new package that includes home telephone service? I'd say, no, I don't want your stupid home telephone. I just want my internet to work. People are idiots. So sorry about that. Hopefully by next week it'll be fixed. I do apologize.
Fingers crossed, dude. Fingers crossed. When I saw that you're struggling to play Diablo, my heart went out to you.
Oh yes, yeah. And playing Heroes was like literally impossible. Like that little, if you guys have ever played when your connection was slow and you get a little blinking Ethernet cable jack in the top right or top left, it was the whole time. It was just, and I kept getting booted out of the game, and it was bad.
That sucks.
Bad. I am not a happy camper.
Adam, I don't know what you're doing tomorrow night, but rumors have it that Corey, myself, and Stubby are heading into Wings 1.2 comes out tomorrow.
Oh, cool.
So if you're going to be around tomorrow night, like sort of a little bit later, like kind of like around the sort of time we started this show, or just a little bit later.
That would be actually work pretty well.
Nope. No, we were not.
No spreadsheets for you?
I'm not.
No,
you're
not.
I'm on a show tomorrow.
Oh, what time's your show over? Assuming there's
we can get him off early. We can get him off early.
Hey, let's kick him off. There's no rush. I mean, we'll be there. We'll be there for a bit, but I wasn't sure what time.
I mean, what we could do, because he's coming on the Hotscast to give us the lowdown rundown on Heroes at PAX.
Although Sylvanas and the new map was not playable.
No.
Yep. The line was basically people got to play. They just got to play in the existing beta.
Oh, that's lame.
If ever you
I'm
need a noob,
so looking forward to Sylvanas.
If ever you need a
also
noob,
lame. Go Will.
No, I was gonna say, if ever you ever need a noob's perspective for Heroes, because I've had the beta for like a year now, and I've installed the game twice, If ever you want a noob's perspective, I will talk it.
That could be a whole
You got-
segment. A noob's perspective.
A noob's perspective. Not. See, that could get confusing with the noob rack. You would have to,
But that's the point.
Right.
A noob's perspective.
A noob's
A noob.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I tell you guys how awesome Lyft is?
Lyft as
Yeah.
in the competitor to Uber.
No, like as in the thing you get, the app you get on your phone, and people come and pick you up.
Yeah.
Right, which is the competitor to Uber.
Isn't it called iLift?
Oh, the competitor to Uber.
Yes,
I
that's
thought
what
you
I said.
said. Yeah, but the way that you said it, it was weird.
Is
Sorry.
that
I
fairly
speak
new, Lyft?
I live in Philadelphia. Lyft is a little bit newer than Uber, yes.
Yeah. So I got 5 rides of up to $20 for free. So
What?
getting rides around Boston, including, so it was 4 rides back and forth, about 1.5 miles to the convention center, cost me something about $30 all weekend because of like free rides and stuff.
That's awesome.
Nice.
And that's with traffic and everything. So it was actually really good.
Wasn't it because of the
Nice.
credit though of other people using it?
Yeah, that's what I said. I got the credit.
Yeah, Uber does the same thing though.
Yeah, it was cool. No, it was a credit because of signing up is what I got it for.
Oh.
The more people that are using it, actually, the more expensive a ride gets.
Yeah,
Because
I
during busy
may,
hours, they add more time to it.
I may or may not have used it for less than half a mile to the commuter rail station. Not gonna lie.
Less
Yeah,
than half
it
a
happens.
mile.
Hey, after you've been walking around PAX all weekend, you don't want to walk
Fair
around.
enough. Fair enough.
That's a
Fair
valid
enough.
point. That's a valid point.
That's a very valid point.
Plus, I had my bags with me, swag bag
Yeah.
and all.
Nice.
So,
Swag is good. Stuff we all get. Swag.
so guys, I'm gonna press buttons on this thing that's on my screen. Tell me if I sound different. Do I sound different?
You sounded like something exploded, first of all. But you need to talk for me to hear you. You sound different.
Am I sounding different when I talk now?
Yeah.
Can you say, Luke, I am your father?
Luke, I am your father.
That's pretty good.
How about, look, I found I have all these different settings that I can do. Hello,
Effects?
hello. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Does it sound good? I don't know.
You sound like what's the effect called?
Studio.
Studio? Yeah, you sound like you're in a bit of a studio, really.
This one is called plate. I don't exactly know what they mean by plate.
I don't know.
And then we have live. This is my live button. Does it sound like I'm live? Coming to you live from the great state of Rhode Island.
It sounds it's a little too you're in I'd say you're in a medium hall that has no curtains or no soundproofing. Which is that's not critical. I'm just saying that's what.
This is the hall though. The hall button.
Yeah, that's a medium size, but that's a long hall. That's a long, narrow hall.
Would you consider this like a room? Like I'm in a room?
It would be a room with no curtains.
Venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I forgot the whole reason I never really used because I have a mixer and everything on screen with my Tascam, and because I had no screen space, I never used it. So now I just wanted to press buttons.
See, now if you want to use the right effect, you need to sing us a song.
Sing you a song? You're a piano man?
Mm-hmm. Sing a song tonight.
Yeah, if I sing you guys a song, my wife would be mad.
Oh, we're all in the mood for a melody.
There's like a noise suppressor. Does it actually suppress noise when I click this on and off?
Yeah, that actually sounds really good.
Does it?
Mm-hmm. Sounds really good.
That sounds good.
Oh, wow. That's the noise suppressor turned on.
That actually sounds really nice.
Yeah.
Wow, maybe I should have messed with these buttons before this.
So have you got a compressor and a limiter on there?
I just turned the compressor on.
Yeah. Okay. So I can talk you through some of the key settings on that at some point if you want.
Yeah,
for
sure.
It right.
Yeah,
What are you looking at? Are you looking at like a graphical display?
Yes.
Okay. So I can I can talk you through the sort of the most ideal settings that you want for. Now you've got that. We can work magic with you, my friend.
Oh, nice. I know. I've always had this. I just because I had limited screen space, I never could really have it up and running.
Ah, yeah. Okay. So you've got an equalizer on there too, maybe of some kind. Maybe a British one. So you've probably got like parametric.
EQ. Yep, there it is.
Okay. I can talk you through some EQ settings too, because there's something on your voice that just needs to be tweaked very slightly, which is you'd probably want to stick on like a high shelf and around the.
Did he just insult my voice?
No, not at all. No. All you want to do is just want to give it a little bit more top, and it's not your voice; it's the mic.
Oh,
that mic
got
does
it.
that. Yeah. It's not your voice at all. No, you've got. It's one of those things. I wish we could get everybody like that kind of a mic like yours. I've recommended that mic to a few people actually that you've got. For people who are looking for, it's a really good price mic. But the only problem with that mic, it also creates a lot of what we call dead sound, and so you want to just graphically tune it out with an EQ. And if you can do that, you can put it in a sweet spot. It's good. Very nice.
How does that sound?
That sounds a little nicer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Sounds really good.
Yeah, I just basically turned the equalizer on. That's funny. I have an exciter, so I can sound excited.
I'm not sure that means what you think it means.
I've got a button here called Fluffer. What does that do?
But I'm excited now, guys.
I'm not sure that word means what you think it means.
About a de-esser.
You don't want a de-esser. No, you don't even want a de-esser if you're singing. And really, you don't want a de-esser if you're singing and you're female. You never really would put a de-esser on a guy singing, to be honest.
Why can I only have... I can't have my compressor and my equalizer on at the same time. Is that normal?
No. Are you sure they're not both on? Or it's just like it's not one necessarily replaces the other. You activate one, you lock it down, and then open up the next one.
Well, so for example, I see the compressor in front of me. Okay, ready? So right now my compressor is off. Okay, I turn it on, and now it's on. Now I go over to my equalizer. Does my compressor sound like it's still on? Okay, so now I'm going to turn my equalizer on. Does it sound like the compressor's still on?
Do it with an EQ. So do something crazy with your EQ. Like take all of the bass out. That would be an easier thing for me to hear.
Hello.
Drop all of your bass down to take out the lower frequencies.
So my bass is at negative 12 decibels.
Is it parametric you've got there? So you'll have like a frequency. Can you adjust the frequency?
Oh yeah.
So move your frequency.
So do I move it all the way to 32?
Sure.
Okay. So now I've turned that all the way down.
Okay, now also put some treble in there. Crank some treble up. Do something crazy to the mid.
I'm doing that right now.
Okay. Just so you can hear really stiff, like be able to hear as you swap between the two, if it actually truly maintains. But you also have to talk through it.
Sorry. Hello.
Okay.
Changing it around a bit. Woo.
What are you doing now? That's not doing anything now.
What?
I'm not hearing any changes.
No, me either.
We are post show now, Homebrew. We seamlessly surf between the real thing and post.
So it doesn't sound like it changed. Like I'm all the way up on everything.
No, I didn't do a thing.
It didn't do a change.
I'm going to step out, gents.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for joining us.
Might have to go read an article or something. I don't know. Hey,
yeah, but it looks like. So there's a thing that's like dynamic effects, right? And it only lets me have one on at a time.
I'm gonna close the Twitch stream. Thanks, guys, and I'll have a look at it from.